Go ahead, guys.
Stephen, not as an excuse, but just as a reality that you could explain to us. Paul was hurt, was playing through it. He did miss some games, but however limited he was, how much did that limit you guys as a team?
I think any of the small details that you can think of have probably more affected the team in one way or another. I mean, butterfly effect and that sort of thing, you know. So, but again, it's still one of those things. Like, obviously, it ain't an excuse. If you say you're good enough to play, then you're still going to come out and play. And that's just rule of thumb across the board, mate. Even for you guys, if you say you're good enough to work, mate, you got to show up to meet the standard of what you're going to work with, you know. And you know, that's just reality of it, regardless.
Steve, you've told us in the past you think you taking a mid-range jumper or a three-point shot is a wasted possession, but is there a feeling that you have right now that you should be able to expand your game offensively at all, or is it still a waste of possession in your mind?
Well, yeah, it still is, because again, it's still my role to do what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Mid-range and three-pointers aren't in there. So I would say that it still is a thing. I could develop it, great, but then, you know, that's just for individual, you know, gain or whatever it is. Again, for the team, you still have to just focus on what you think of, what your role is. I was really trying to just lock down on those things, you know. So, but if I get the word and they're like, hey mate, jack a couple threes, then it's like, no worries mate, get in the gym. Yeah.
Stephen, to my understanding, one of your roles is defense, obviously, your role in the defense. And I asked something similar to Paul. The way the league is changing, with so many teams shooting so many threes, how much more difficult is it becoming to play good defense in this league? And how tough did you see that sort of go as the season went?
How hard is it to
How much
play?
harder now with the three-point shot just becoming even more of a weapon in this league?
Yeah, I mean that's tough. I think the tough thing is that when the league just brings out the new rules, then we have to adjust. I mean, I guess this year, like the grabbing thing, you know, these all play a huge part in like just the three-point shot. You know what I mean? Like these fouls that they're calling now, if it's just this. You know what I mean? Those each of those little things I think play more effective than I guess just someone shooting a three. Yeah, because again that leads to fouls. They get a free throw line earlier. The points just start snowballing from there.
We see you chasing guards on switches a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it, but that can't be easy, is it?
No, it's not easy. And I mean, that's just where it is. I mean, with our defense, I mean, I've done it since rookie season. It'll be a bit more so now. Because, you know, I mean, a lot of people are hunting for threes. You don't really see the point guards who are just straight downhill, constantly downhill. So, I mean, I'm doing it more reps. And I guess like the workload is a bit more tougher, but I mean, it's still strategy remains the same. Yeah. Good. Get a treat, mate.
Stephen, are you feeling more comfortable with the ball coming to you in the post directly and then becoming a facilitator or attacking yourself?
Do I feel more comfortable?
Yeah, like as time goes on in that role.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, yeah, more you do it, obviously you feel a bit more comfortable and whatnot, but yeah, feel fine with it, bro.
You have to push yourself more to do it. I mean, because you do all the other things. Is that to be more assertive on that offensive end? They do give it in the post. You have to remind yourself to go ahead and get yours, so to speak.
I think I know what you're asking. You're basically
Well, I
saying
mean,
to go score
you're
or something?
a pretty selfless guy. You like setting your set screens, you're diving before you play the defense, but the offensive part. The offensive part.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get in a little block, you have to remind yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you're just talking about to just go score it myself.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I do, but it's yeah. I like to just have a successful play. That's just the bottom line of it. And you know, sometimes it is me scoring, but then you know, a lot of times it's like kicking it out to whoever, guards cutting or whatever it is. So I mean, that's all I'm trying to push myself to do is more just what is the right play, as opposed to what do I mean? Like, I need to score this ball. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a confidence thing. It's just more just, I think, my obsession with trying to get a successful play for that position.
Stephen.
English? Just gave me no nod of approval either.
Stephen, I think Billy and Sam have talked about y'all's emphasis on playing faster this season, and it did look like y'all were getting shots up, earlier in the shot clock.
Yeah.
Does that pertain to you too as well? Like if you get a ball in the post, going up quicker with a move, is that something that plays into that as well?
No.
No.
Not at all. Now, sorry, I will say if you're talking about the rim runs, if I catch it, like if it's
if you're in just like a half court set and like and you get the ball in the post.
half court set, no. I think that they were mentioning more is just like us getting out on the break and then like kind of try and take advantage of any sort of mismatches that we may have, or just if they're even in not in load help or scramble situations. I think they're talking about that more so. You may be right though, bro, but like, yeah. Your question, no, it doesn't affect me if I'm kind of like, oh, he said to score it within this many seconds. Let me throw this up real quickly. No, it's more just, yeah, I think it's more just attacking any mismatches, kind of get them in scramble, no load or whatever. I think it's more so.
Do you feel like there was a hesitance on your part this season when it came down low because of the free throw situation? Because you didn't shoot free throws particularly well this year. Did you feel like there was a hesitance on offense in terms of going up, absorbing contact and getting to the free throw line?
No, I don't think so. I mean, going up, I mean, there's still, even though I missed them, there's still the huge benefit of getting fouled, which is the team fouls and whatnot, even if you shoot bad. I mean, if I look at analytics too, it's still points per possession, it still probably works out relatively well, and you see a lot of teams not actually fouling, doing that whole foul thing anymore. Well, I'm not sure, I'm just going by what I'm seeing when I'm playing. It's just like, they don't seem to be like targeting a player and just fouling them. I'm not sure what's to do with that or not, but yeah, with me, mate, I'm just like trying to go up regardless of the free throws. Because again, it's still huge benefit. Be even more of a benefit if I made it. If I make them, that's like the best thing. But still, there's still some good benefit as opposed to me just like not being aggressive. Now, if I'm not aggressive and whatnot, then yeah, that's a bad thing. But I don't think I wasn't doing what you were saying. Like I was trying to go up and get contact and whatnot. Yeah.
What do you want to? What's your goals in the off season? I know you just finished up, but what do you want to work on this summer and back to next
Good
year?
little segue, mate. Free throws. There you go, mate. Good question. Yeah.
Anything else? I mean,
Uh,
what's your summer gonna be like? And things that you want.
I don't know, mate. Honestly, it's just same stuff. Get with them, still figure out roughly what the role is. Not figure it out, sorry, just like go into detail what you need to work on, watch some film, going into it, and then just develop it from there. Does that make sense for the team?
Steve,
Team role.
sorry, you strike me
That's
as
approval. Every time, mate. Just give me a nod.
That's what it takes.
Just give me a nod, mate.
early in your career and even recently, you look like a guy that's constantly getting in-game feedback from the coaching staff and getting instruction from the coaching staff, and you appear to be really technical at it and trying to do exactly what they tell you to do. Is that something you've always done? Is that something you thought continued even this season?
Yeah, I think I've always been like that. Just because, again, the perspective of what I'm seeing is a lot different from what even you guys are watching. You know what I mean? So I mean, obviously, I always try and just give their advice, see what they're seeing. I mean, I can think like, oh, this is what I look like, and this is what I'm feeling. But again, what is actually happening is like, I might not even be doing that. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like, so that's why I always try and like talk to the coaches and like, wait, I feel like I'm up on the pick and roll. Am I back? Like 2 plays. Like, yes, you need to be high. Like just the littlest details. And that's all I try and get. Well, if there's a play, again, I go to the scouting dude. Whoever did the scout, make sure that, if I heard a call, just relay it back to them, like, yo, what is that? Yeah, just tell me whatever it is, and then I'll try and relay it to the boys. just so they could kind of anticipate how I would play.
How common is that throughout the league? Because I don't see a lot of guys actually doing that.
Yeah, I'm the only one. I'm a genius. No, I'm a genius. No, everyone does it, mate. Honestly, it's just like, it really depends on just if you guys are looking for it, mate. It looked like they'd, you had a keen eye for it, so you spotted it, but I mean, if you watch some other team, you'll probably see a bunch of them do it too. So, yeah, I'll still take credit for it.
Steven,
What about
have you?
the same thing with officials? It seems like you have a similar approach to talking to officials and figuring out what's wrong. Obviously, I could be hearing
Yeah.
the wrong thing, but what is your approach when you're talking to officials?
Just seeing what they see. You know what I mean? Like just because I mean, it's the same exact thing. I felt like I was in a say legal position. He'll tell me what he saw, and that's how I interpreted it. I was like, okay, I'll try not to do it again. That's pretty much always been my approach. I wouldn't say always. Bit of a rager before, eh? Yeah, bit of a rager. But then, I just learned to just change it because again, they're trying to call the game how they see it, and I'm just trying to figure out because every ref is different and they're in different positions. So I'm just trying to not make the same mistake. So yeah, try to get advice from them too, best I can.
Steven, assuming that he has sent you something, have you responded to any potential in the scanner trash talking text?
Oh, trash talk? Nah, not trash talk. It was all. Yeah, I think for the most part it was all love. Unless there's like some like weird hidden English like that I don't know about. He's just like hidden joke. But yeah, it seemed pretty decent. Yeah.
What do you think about them introducing Enes in Turkish?
That's
during
nice.
the games?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it's real good. It's just a good little thing. Again, like when you, I don't know, just speaks it a little differently, you know. It may not mean anything to anyone else, but for him, I know it's a huge thing for him. I'm not sure if another team did that for him. So, I mean, it's really cool. It's cool to hear, but I just couldn't change it. Just like when we do it with Spanish. There's a, what does it say, El Thunder in our futures or something? Yeah, so like when they introduce us in Spanish, that's cool. feel pretty cool. Pretty good. Josh Eustace is still the best one though. It's like Josh Weasty. Gold, mate. Gold.
Steven, as you guys exit the season, do you think you guys leave thinking you let it sort of get away from you post All-Star break playoffs? Or maybe, Paul's hurt, kind of dealt a bad hand, gave it your best shot between those, or another story? What's the narrative as you leave?
I don't know amongst the lads, I'm not sure, but for me personally, it's pretty much all the above, mate. Mostly the first one, you get away. I mean, like the whole objective right from the get-go is to win a championship. Anything short of that is kind of hard to be like, oh, yeah, we did okay. But that's just for me personally. Like, I mean, like it's because you set out this is the objective, you don't get the objective done. That's how I see it. Now again, with other people it could be different. I'm not speaking on the other half. It's just me.
And was the team in a good place internally through those trials? Were you guys still together? And was the locker room good? Those sorts of things.
Yes, absolutely. Of course, sticking together and all that. And again, like you always got to go in there and just try and figure out a solution. Everyone's trying to do the right thing. That's what's good with top players we have. It's good from Sam's part too. They're good locker room guys, you know. And when they go out there, they ain't trying to be selfish. They ain't trying to be bad or whatever. They're really actually trying to like represent Oklahoma quite well, you know. So then they, go out there and try and play with a really good mindset and try and figure out how we're going to win, as opposed to like how I'm going to get mine. We don't have that problem at all, which is nice, you know. It's good. But again, it's still, you still feel all that. You still got to solve the problem. It's all good being nice guys and all that sort of stuff. Still got a job at hand, you know.
Steven, in your mind, given that you said that the championship is the goal every year, and then you have guys who are adaptable and want to win, what's preventing it in your mind? What's the next step for you guys?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. There's no one answer. There's too many answers. Yeah, there's just too many answers, mate.
Pick one.
Rather not. No, rather not. Because then you put too much emphasis on it. You know, so it's not one of those things. It's like they all each play a role, even if it's the smallest piece that's affecting it. That still has just as much of an impact as another reason. That makes sense. So, yeah, that'll do, mate.
So can you talk a little, we talked a little with Paul and Ray about specifically Terrence and his movement from year 2 to year 3, and they were saying for them that was a really important year. Is that, in your experience, was 2 to 3 a big year for development?
For
you?
Oh, for me.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying that for them 2 and 3 was a big year? Yeah, I think so. Was it a big year for me? I think so. But I think every year, it's one of those weird ones. I mean, you can look back and it's like, yay, like that one was pretty cool. But I guess like one of those weird ones where like the first year I haven't gone through any of that, may not have did this or yada yada yada, blah blah blah.
So not any more than any other?
Nah, not me. Not for me anyway. Yeah, maybe some of the other fellas.
Anybody else? Steve, last one for Steve.
I think Billy went. I think Billy went small that fourth quarter against Portland, and you were on the bench. I mean, what do you think about scenarios like that where Jeremy goes to the 5 and you gotta watch you guys basically lose the series while you're on the bench?
I mean, it's fine. I mean, again, like I thought it put us in a position to win the series. I'm not saying like it's this big thing, like just because I'm in the game, still gonna have the same outcome. I mean, like it's still, but like again, like Birdie thought that was the best decision for the time. I thought it was actually working really well, to be honest. And so that's just how it was. There was no real disappointment, apart from obviously losing the game. But anything like this weird thing, like I should have been playing. It's not that at all. Again, the time on the court, it's not a given, and it shouldn't be expected. You know what I mean? The coach needs to feel like that. Put whatever piece he feels that's going to win us the game. So I mean, I don't go in there expecting to play. Whatever time he does give me, it's like you've got to go in there and just give it a go on in that time. So I think more so since we lost the game, it's more how I could have done what I could have done better with the time that I was already on there, as opposed to, I would have did this better. There you go. See that, mate? That's the approval. That was made,